Madam Speaker, the federal government has been trying to block Christopher Karras' court challenge that argues that Health Canada discriminates against him on the basis of sexual orientation because Health Canada is preventing him as a gay man from donating blood. Section 13.5 of the Blood Regulations Annex of the Food and Drug Act clearly lays out that the Minister of Health may remove the ban on accepting blood from gay men. This isn't about the provinces. This is about the Minister of Health not acting. Why hasn't she?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, once again, the decision to change the discriminatory practice of the blood ban is not one that the government can do on its own. It has to be done in conjunction with HEMA Quebec as well as Canadian Blood Services. But we want this decision to be made. That's why we provided the funding. I would actually ask the member opposite, while she sat around the cabinet table with the Harper Conservatives, why they did nothing to actually end this discriminatory practice. We are taking action and we are moving forward.
The Honourable Member for Stormont-Dundas-South, Glengarry.
Madam Speaker, I'm waiting for the day that member calls me homophobic or something, but here is the absolute truth about this Liberal government. They want the votes of gay men, they just don't want their blood. They are the first people to show up to a photo op or attack a premier or somebody else, but it is their record that is under scrutiny because of their virtue signaling and broken promises. Stop the holding lines, stop the legal proceedings, keep your promise. What date will you keep your promise and allow gay men to finally donate blood in this country?
Yes, I remind the Honourable Member that I made no promises, but the Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, leave it to Conservatives to actually say that when we agree that this practice is discriminatory and want to change it, they consider that virtual signaling. Madam Speaker, may I remind you, a member of the Conservative Party recently had to apologize for LGBTQ2 plus community unclean. Madam Speaker, we take no loss from Conservatives when it comes to ending the discriminatory practice in this country. They sat on this for more than 10 years. We're actually moving forward to end this.
The Honourable Member for Calgary-Nose Hill.
The federal Liberal government has taken no action to end the discriminatory and homophobic gay blood ban. Health Canada is the regulator of the blood system, and the law states that the health minister may remove a condition around giving blood if she determines the condition is no longer necessary. There is no scientific basis for the ban. The law states that the health minister can make this change today. Instead, they're blocking Christopher Karras in court. The minister should exercise her powers today and end it. Why won't she? Why is she perpetuating this homophobic practice?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, if the practice could have been ended simply by a stroke of the government's pen, why did that member opposite not do so when she sat around the cabinet table? It's because this process has to move forward with HEMA Quebec as well as the Canadian Blood Services. However, we actually did fund projects, more than 15 projects, to actually move forward in ending this discriminatory practice because we are actually committed to doing so, unlike the Conservatives who are trying to clean up a mess on this file where they have made outrageous and horrifying comments.
The Honourable Member for Stormont-Dundas-South, Glengarry.
The Parliamentary Secretary is trying to pivot away, but it's her record. It's the ability of this Liberal government, Health Canada, this health minister, that can end it. She just heard how the health minister can end the blood ban right now, and they choose to. This government didn't promise to study it more or research or take to 6 years. They promised to end it because it's discrimination. She knows the answer. The Canadian Medical Association, the All Blood is Equal campaign, Canadians everywhere agree that this needs to go. Not after more studies, they want action now. What date will the government keep their promise, end the court cases?
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, once again, the Conservatives are trying to pretend that the process that exists does not include anyone outside of government. If government could have made this change alone, why did the Conservatives in 10 years not do so? Madam Speaker, this process has to be made in conjunction with an application through HEMA Quebec and the Canadian Blood Services. It is a discriminatory practice that we And that's precisely why we've moved forward with it, including reducing the months down to 3. Again, something Conservatives never did in 10 years. I take
No,